Good day everyone, I am Mary Priscilla, HOD of Food Nutrition and Dietetics at Milagros College. I am here to deal with the topic determination of energy value of food by two methods, that is direct and indirect calorimetry. So, the amount of energy which is released from the food or used by an individual is always measured by the amount of heat liberated. There are a few principles on which these two calorimetry works. Let's see one by one. So first one is direct calorimetry. Here the principle is few chemical changes take place when carbohydrate or fat is oxidized during respiration in the body, which is exactly similar to the chemical changes where the chemicals are burnt in air. So basically the amount of energy which is released from the food or used by an individual is measured by the amount of heat generated. Next we'll go to indirect calorimetry. Here an organic substance is combusted in an calorimeter or in the human body, and the oxygen consumed is measured, which is related to the amount of energy which is liberated as heat. So here is the definition of calorie. A kilocalorie is defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree centigrade. Next is the determination of energy value of food. So an instrument is used to determine the energy value of food. The name of the instrument is bomb calorimeter. Bomb calorimeter works on the principle of direct calorimeter, as I said, where the amount of energy which is released from the foods or used by an individual is measured by the amount of heat liberated when food is burnt in air. Joule, the SI unit of energy is joule with symbol J. So this is the bomb calorimeter as the diagram which represents a heaviness. So bomb calorimeter consists of a heavy steel bomb which is plated with the platinum or gold lining, which is held tightly in a place strongly by a strong screw collar. Next, a weighed amount of sample is placed in a capsule within the bomb and closed for the oxygen valve. Everything will be closed except for the oxygen valve. Then the oxygen valve will be pressurized to about 20 atmospheric pressure. Then the oxygen valve is closed and it is immersed into a weighed amount of water. Then the temperature of the water rising and falling is noted down using differential thermometers. So the temperature is noted down at intervals of 1 minute. The water is constantly stirred. The temperature of the water rising and falling is completely noted down using differential thermometers. The temperature of the water rising and falling is determined. Once it is determined, and then the sample undergoes combustion. Since the presence of oxygen is very much high inside the bomb, the sample undergoes rapid combustion. The heat liberated comes in contact with the water in which it is immersed, and the rise of temperature is determined. The rise of temperature is usually multiplied by the total heat capacity of the apparatus and the total amount of heat liberated, which gives the total energy liberated. So this total amount of heat liberated gives the energy value of food. So using this amount of heat liberated, we can calculate the amount of energy liberated. Next we'll see the calculations of energy value of food. So different nutrients contains different kilocalories. If you see, 1 gram of carbohydrate contains about 4 kilocalories, fat about 9, and protein about 5 kilocalories. Suppose if you have taken the weight of the food substance as 2 grams, the total amount of water about 3500 ml, the initial temperature of water will be 24 degrees Celsius, the final temperature once the amount of heat liberated will be 26 degrees Celsius. As you can see, the difference will be 2 degrees Celsius. So the heat gained by water in calorimeter, the total amount will be multiplied with the difference in temperature, that is into 2, will give you 7000 calories. When it is converted into kilocalories, it will be 7 kilocalories. So 2 grams of the food substance consists of 7 kilocalories, then 1 gram of food produces about 3.5 kilocalories, which is obtained from cross multiplying. So when samples of carbohydrate or fat or protein, they are burned, the amount of heat produced will be same for all the nutrients. Next is basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate is defined as the amount of energy required for the involuntary activities of the body, which includes the functional activities of the various organs such as brain, heart, kidney, liver and lungs. Next we'll see the measurement of basal metabolism. So basal metabolism, this method requires the subjects to be in a human calorimeter or respiration chamber to measure the amount of heat evolved. Here, the subject is placed in a calorimeter. Calorimeter means it's a small room with the heavily insulated walls. Then, the heat liberated or generated by the subject is taken by the water which is passed through the series of fine pipes which passes through the calorimeter. Multiplying the difference in temperature between the incoming and the outgoing water, also the volume of the water, gives the amount of heat evolved. Next we'll see the indirect calorimeter. Indirect calorimeter works on the fact that oxygen used and carbon dioxide produced in proportion to the heat generated. This is a very simpler procedure compared to the measurement of heat. So the BMR, that is the basic metabolic rate, is measured using this indirect calorimetry under following conditions. Here, the subjects have to be in post-absorptive stage. Post-absorptive stage means 12 to 16 hours after the meal this test is conducted. Suppose the individual has undergone some kind of activity, then 1.5 hours rest to be given to the subject and then conducted a test. Subject has to be in a relaxed form and free from any kind of emotional stress or fear of the test. The person's body temperature should be in a normal form and should be in a comfortable room temperature, and the humidity should be 21 to 24 degrees Celsius. So, the basal metabolism is indicated using the apparatus called as Benedict's and Roth's. In this apparatus, the subject wears a nose clip and breathes through a mouthpiece which is connected to the apparatus through 2 tubes. The subject breathes in oxygen through the respiratory wall and breathes out carbon dioxide through the expiratory wall and then to the carbon dioxide absorber and then to the spirometer bell. The amount of oxygen which is consumed is recorded by the revolving drum by the pen attached. Next, about the respiratory quotient. Respiratory quotient is the ratio of the volume of carbon dioxide produced to the volume of oxygen utilized in the oxidation of foodstuffs. Here is the calculation of energy value of food. The energy consumed is calculated from oxygen consumption, that is, the oxygen consumed per hour is multiplied by constant 4.825 calories. This value will be constant. Next, 1 liter of oxygen consumption is equivalent to 4.825 calories. Hence, the respiratory quotient of the diet will be 0.82 calories. So today we have learned about the determination of energy value of foods by 2 methods, that is direct and indirect calorimetry. Thank you.